the final round of matches in the Barclays Women's Super League before the winter break. And all of a sudden it looks like we're going to have a title race in the new year. Gareth Taylor said Arsenal's win over champions Chelsea last week changed everything. And then yesterday happened. Tottenham beat Arsenal, adding to the chaos at the top. So if Manchester City win here, they will be right there in the mix for the title. With Everton, though, in the best form they've shown all season, this won't be an easy ride for Gareth Taylor's side.
And Manchester City, please give a warm welcome to today's mascots. Annie, who's 12, Tiffany, who's 11.
Well, Everton
who's 5.
are unbeaten in 3 games after the draw against Bristol City seemed to spark them into life. Wins recently over Aston Villa and West Ham see Brian Sorensen's side moving up to mid-table into a much better position. Manchester City, though, are also unbeaten in 3 in the Barclays Women's Super League after wins over Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur and also Manchester United in the big derby game.
Number 21 at Bunny Shaw and number 25 Yui Kasikawa. Manchester City's substitutes 22 Sandy Bakiva, 3 Debbie Stokes, 6.
Well, we can have a look at the teams and we will start with the home side, which is Everton. The return of Natalie Bjarn has been huge, and their recent unbeaten run has in a large part been down to her return. The headline news, though, is that striker Martina Piemonte is back. Everton have had goal-scoring issues, and that's a department she should certainly be able to help in. And for Manchester City, well, for the first time this season, Alana Kennedy doesn't start. Picked up an injury in the game against Aston Villa last week. Kirstin Kasperai steps up as her replacement. The rest, as expected. Manchester City's deadly front line of Kelly, Shaw and Hemp instantly recognisable. Although what that doesn't necessarily mean is that it's easy to stop them, as plenty have found out over recent weeks. Everton and Manchester City have already played each other this season in the Conti Cup, a game which Manchester City were 2-1 winners in. Jess Park and Bunny Shaw on the scoreline on this ground, and then twice last season Manchester City winners over Everton, and again Bunny Shaw was on the score sheet in both of those games. Already has 6 goals for the season, Bunny Shaw. Not quite at the top of the goal-scoring summit. Something should be looking to change here, no doubt. Megan Finnegan is the captain for Everton, and Alex Greenwood, who started her career with Everton, was with the club from 6 years old, the captain today for Manchester City. Well, given the weather, you would imagine the players would be fairly eager to get this one kicked off pretty smartly. There is a winter chill, it's fair to say. With Chelsea losing last week and Arsenal losing yesterday, is this Manchester City's time? Or can Everton spring another surprise in the Barclays Women's Super League? We've seen a fair few recently. Definitely there weren't too many expecting the result yesterday between Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal. A result that no doubt Manchester City fans enjoyed. Kiara Keating getting the early touch, the only Manchester City player to start and play every single minute for Manchester City in the Barclays Women's Super League this season. Pressure on here from Everton, pressing aggressively from the start. And it's Keating here who will make the clearance away. It will be interesting to see how Manchester City will adapt to Alana Kennedy missing out. She started every single Barclays Women's Super League game this season, replaced today by Kerstin Kasperai. Everton with some early defending to do here. Well, it looked as though they might have some defending to do. Instead, Manchester City will go all the way back towards Alex Greenwood, the captain, former Everton player, across towards Leila Ohabi. When they're defending Manchester City, they'll play with the two fullbacks as part of a back four, but when they attack, you can expect to see those two fullbacks move up into midfield, as they are doing here. And Greenwood will look to ping the ball across field. Looking for Lauren Hemp, who arrives in excellent form. Scored 2 last time out against Aston Villa in the Barclays Women's Super League. Unable to get to the crossfield ball here, and it will be Everton and Heather Payne who will have the opportunity to get things going down Everton's right. They do manage to steer the ball away, only as far as Greenwood, who is happy to go back here towards Leia Alexandri. If you're a big fan of Leia Alexandri, there's a really interesting article that she's put together that came out this week that's in the Players' Tribune, discussing Spain's victory and her absence from the World Cup this summer. Finding some calm here is Ghali for Everton. Runs into Ohabi, but does win the free kick. Stacey Pearson, the referee today, blowing the whistle, and it's a free kick taken quickly by Natalie Bjarn, who started the season with a bad injury, back in the team, and passing away here to safety for Everton, who can carry the ball up towards the halfway line. And Payne, who started as the right wing back here, moving it back towards Bjarn, and now here is Ghali. Centre of the back three, Megan Finnegan, the top goal scorer for Everton this season with 3 goals, and in some way that goes to show you part of the problem that Everton have been having. Goal-scoring issues, but looking to add their name to the score sheet here as Payne comes forward, only to see the cross into the area. Well blocked by Greenwood and hooked away to safety. Hongar with a pass wide, the give and go, and Everton will try their luck from the opposite side where they have won a corner. Now Alexandri coming across, the best she could do though is touch the ball away for a first corner kick of this game. In towards the front post is where it's sent. It comes all the way through. And what a chance that was for Everton to open the scoring here. And it fell to Piemonte of all people. 14 goals last season for AC Milan. And she may not get too many better chances here against Manchester City. Well, Kiara Keating would have been pretty happy, I would imagine, to see that one coming straight at her. Piemonte back in the lineup today for Everton. And, well, that was a fabulous chance here in the early stages. Bunny Shaw spreading play. Forward here come Manchester City, and it's Kasperai looking to get the better of Hongar. and unable to do so. Everton have definitely had their problems here at home. They haven't won at home all season. Similar problems persisting for Manchester City, who have been slow to start games recently. Manchester United game, a perfect example. They went behind to their rivals. And even in the Spurs game, where in the end, Manchester City were able to score 7, it did take a while, maybe 20 minutes or so before that first goal came. Rords, this summer's record signing, with a pass here towards Hemp. Hemp on the burst. Was she pulled down and she made her way forward? Yes, she was. Manchester City penalty. She was just too quick here, and as she made the breakaway beyond home guard, she was pulled back. 7 minutes in, Manchester City penalty. And it will be Bunny Shaw. Bunny Shaw for Manchester City sees the penalty saved. Brilliant from Courtney Brosnan. Well, it almost seemed inevitable when Bunny Shaw stepped up. Brosnan with other ideas. Kelly's corner is thumped away. Well, that moment, that penalty save from Courtney Brosnan may just give the spark of life to this Everton performance that perhaps they would have been hoping for. Maybe that will give them hope. An incident-packed opening 8.5 minutes here. Shaw hooking goalwards and making amends for the penalty miss almost instantly. Beauty, a beauty of a goal from Bunny Shaw. Did ever so well to get onto the pass over the top and takes it first time, lifted over the head of Brosnan with real quality. Well, having missed the penalty kick just moments ago, she certainly had a bee in her bonnet, Bunny Shaw. The Everton fans doing their best here to bring their team back to life. You have to be careful against Manchester City. We know what they're all about. We know what they can do. Tottenham Hotspur having a very good season, but they fell to 7 goals to Manchester City just weeks ago. There is a hunger, though, from Gareth Taylor's side after recent results in the Barclays Women's Super League. Chelsea falling to Arsenal, Arsenal losing yesterday. And the title race all of a sudden looks very, very open. Scuttling away here, Hemp is happy to let the ball roll away for a corner. It's a corner which has been left for Chloe Kelly. She'll take it short here towards Coombs. And now Hasegawa, who lifts one to the edge of the 6-yard box where it's cleared away. And now the chance to break here for Benison. It's a foot race which Hemp wins quite comfortably. Greenwood with a ball which won't make its way through. Hemp, who normally lines up on the left-hand side, spending plenty of time here on the right, working the ball back into midfield. Here is Alexandri. O'Harby. Thought about the ball through towards Bunny Shaw, the goal scorer. Instead electing to come out here towards Chloe Kelly, holding the left-hand touchline here. Manchester City dominating the ball. Everton had their chance. Piemonte with an opportunity from close range after that corner. And it's one that perhaps she'll be looking back on and wondering what might have been, what could have happened had she scored there. Instead, it's Manchester City who leads. Hongar with the pass away, up into Sorensen in midfield. Everton have struggled to get the ball out of their own half. A rare opportunity to do so here, but it's one that doesn't really last too long. Plenty of space here for O'Harby, although she's quickly closed down as she tries to advance. Manchester City with a throw-in here. And there is no let-up after the goal. A brilliant strike from Bunny Shaw. Now level at the top of the goal-scoring charts with Turland and Martha Thomas, who scored again yesterday. Here is Chloe Kelly, about to dart in field, about to go for goal. The effort, though, was straight at Courtney Brosnan. And it's a relatively routine stop in the end for the Republic of Ireland international. Tenacious play by Payne. And a clever turn by Snoose, who lifts one through the channel, and Sorensen is away, but she is all on her own here. Manages to get the cross away, and can't find Piemonte, who was arriving. And Manchester City able to get the ball to safety. Benison's touch, in towards Payne. Now Sorensen swings one in, again watching the cross turned away by Manchester City. Piemonte onto it. She certainly looks as though she could be the missing piece in the puzzle, Martina Piemonte. Everton have only scored 8 goals this season. Only West Ham have scored fewer in the Barclays Women's Super League. Free kick here for Everton. They'll lift one over the top towards Piemonte. Chested down to control, hooked away though by the recovering Alexandri. O'Harby up towards Bunny Shaw. Loses out here to Payne, who does brilliantly to rob possession. Unable to find Sorensen ahead of her. Hemp lifting one through, looking for Bunny Shaw. And Bjarne just came across and blocked off the run. Clever work by the Everton defender. Not the best of clearances away. Hemp is there, she'll go for goal, and it's a let-off for Everton. Hemp recently scoring plenty, scored 2 against Aston Villa, scored a peach against Tottenham Hotspur. Unable to curl that one beyond Courtney Brosnan. Benison carries away. Manchester City snapping in with the challenges, closing down that space in the central areas, and that's the kind of space where Brian Sorensen's sides love to operate. Plenty of other action available for you today on the FA Player, by the way. Bristol City against Chelsea, with Chelsea looking to maintain the pace at the top after last week's defeat in the Women's Championship. Sheffield United against Charlton also kicks off at 2. And then in one of today's later games, you can also catch Leicester City against West Ham United, who will be looking to get off of the bottom of the table. And then there's the later game as well, Aston Villa against Brighton. O'Harby delivers. Back of the area is where it's sent. She was looking for Hemp. And now Coombs, who looks to go back. Kelly around the corner. O'Harby's cut back, looking for Bunny Shaw. The avenue towards her, though, was well blocked off and cleared away by the Everton defence. Manchester City heaping on more pressure here, dominating the ball, and certainly giving Everton plenty to think about here. Sat deep inside their own half, making it awkward for Manchester City to find the spaces, but that's what they're so adept at. Unable to find Kelly here. O'Harby scrapping to win it back. Benison's pass in the central area was a risky one. One back by Manchester City. Rord steps free of the challenge, and she's able to find on the right-hand side Lauren Hemp. The trance-like beat on the drum, and it's as if Manchester City have Everton in a trance here. Waiting for their moment. Will this be their chance? Not this time. O'Harby with a ball straight into the gloves of Courtney Brosnan. Instantly the pressure on Wheeler, being asked to play a new role more recently as a wing-back, moving away from her regular central midfield position. Here comes Coombs. Coombs looking to slip one through. Couldn't find Bunny Shaw, wins it back though, and Kelly will go for goal. Curling strike, well gathered by Courtney Brosnan, who saw that all the way. Never really looked in danger. Well, it's well known that Brian Sorensen's sides like to build through the phases, passing from the back up into midfield. And Gareth Taylor's team doing their best to frustrate them, to stop them, getting the balls into the likes of Ghali and Benison, the playmakers in midfield. Alexandri looking to lift one through. Again, the target was Bunny Shaw. Now Hemp. Hemp's pass into Rords. Has a look up. Just seeing what's around, seeing what's available. And Kasparai was the option. Now Hemp twisting away from the challenge. Delivers the ball in. Beyond with the heavy touch. Bunny Shaw unable to make the most of it. It will drop on the edge of the penalty area, and Chloe Kelly spins away from trouble. Kelly still going here. Trying to work the angle for the cross. It's O'Harby who delivers. Well, it was somewhere between a cross and a shot. And it had Courtney Brosnan at full stretch. Bunny Shaw turns away from Finnegan, strikes low, hard and true, and into the corner. Manchester City strike again, and it's Bunny Shaw with the double to take herself up to the top of the Barclays Women's Super League goal scoring chart. Brilliant turn and a fabulous hit into the corner. Devastating, devastating stuff from Bunny Shaw. With her back to Megan Finnegan, almost had no right to do that, but that's the quality that she has. And she just keeps on improving step by step. And despite the penalty miss earlier on in this game, Bunny Shaw with 2 goals already. Hasegawa feeds the pass through on towards Rords, drags the ball before playing the pass out towards Kelly, who's switched across to the opposite side now. Kelly into Bunny Shaw, stumbles as she tries to play the pass, and Everton are able to clear. Well, the pressure for Everton has just been relentless. And it doesn't look like relenting here. O'Harby spreads it wide to Hemp in a more familiar position on this left-hand side. Has spent most of the game over on the right. Hasegawa idolises Iniesta, and you can see elements of the former Barcelona midfielder within her game. Couldn't quite get things going last season under Gareth Taylor. Manchester City finished 4th in the table, but they look a different outfit this time around. Maybe, just maybe, this is their time. Off goes Kelly, lovely awareness to play the cutback, and it's poked in for goal number 3. Jill Rord is there. What a lovely goal from Manchester City.
Goal scorer for Manchester City, number 20, Jill Rord.
Well, it's all about the assist here. The disguised pass from Chloe Kelly, and then a smart, clinical strike from Jill Rord. Everton regroup. A moment that had to happen. When Manchester City are in a mood like this, well, we've seen it many times. We know what they can do. We know how devastating they can be. And today, given the results that have happened over recent weeks in the Barclays Women's Super League, well, they are fired up in the final game before the winter break. Manchester City looking to make a statement here. Everton take their moment to regroup and possibly look to be a bit more forward-thinking. Gareth Taylor so far with his tactics spot on. And Keating, who has made the #1 spot her own, displacing last season's #1 Ellie Roebuck, passing away. And Manchester City will start yet another attack. England international Alex Greenwood looking to bring the ball away. Alexandri happy to go wide. Rords, Netherlands international with such a brilliant CV, former Arsenal and Bayern Munich as well as Wolfsburg player, and yet still only 26 years of age. Well, the intensity for Manchester City after the third goal has definitely dropped off ever so slightly, maybe to be expected. Bunny Shaw after the ball. Lovely close control from Lauren Hemp. Drags the ball this way and that. Hasegawa in towards Bunny Shaw. Looking for the free kick, not getting the whistle though. Well, the Everton defence have certainly had their work cut out here. As I said at the start of the game, you know all about the threat. You're expecting it from Kelly, Shaw and Hemp. Doesn't necessarily make it any easier to deal with, though. And that has proved to be the case. Bunny Shaw with 2. And Jill Rawls adding goal #3 here to put Manchester City into a very comfortable position. Bunny Shaw won't get there. Manchester City quickly back onto the ball, though. And Kirsten Kasparai makes the run. Chloe Kelly through to Bunny Shaw. Saw the chance well blocked. It's not too long though before Manchester City will pick the ball up again. And Kasparai feeds it back towards Rawls. Hasegawa. Stumbled by Greenwood, who does well to recover and win the ball back off of Aurora Ghali. Harby centrally placed, rolls across towards Coombs here. Manchester City upping the intensity again. And it's Coombs who curls in, and it will drop, and Brosnan scrambles to get there and wins it ahead of Bunny Shaw. Gareth Taylor's side hungry for more. But Courtney Brosnan did brilliantly here, the Everton goalkeeper. Oh, Harby thumping one up into the sky. And it's a scrap to get there. Ball hadn't crossed the line, and Bjarne will control here and move on to Finnegan. Everton haven't had too much time on the ball, certainly not here up inside Manchester City's half. Katja Snoes trying to keep hold of it here. Turns one around the corner, and Everton are on the attack, trying to get themselves back into the game. May as well take a few risks now. Might mean playing a game that feels slightly alien within Brian Sorensen's system, but, well, already 3 goals behind. May as well throw caution to the wind. Benison spraying the pass, and it's a good-looking ball as well. Here is Snoes with room to turn. She goes for goal, and Keating grabs hold. Had a brilliant goal-scoring season last year, Katja Snoes. None so far for this season in the Barclays Women's Super League. 7 goals in the last campaign. Everton again in a promising position. Sorensen feeds it through. Delivered in towards the far post. And just for a moment there, it looked as though that ball into the area from Heather Payne might just head goalwards. Heads over the top of the bar, onto the roof of the net. Oh, Harby with the header after the clearance away by the goalkeeper, Kiara Keating. And with Lauren Hemp not looking in great shape, the referee coming across just to make sure that that wasn't a head injury, I would imagine. And the ball here will be given back to Manchester City.
Just stay connected.
Oh, Harby looking for the run here of Bunny Shaw. Well looked after this time. Benson goes back to Bjarne. Manchester City still pressing here with a real intensity in this game. Roared after it. Garley back to the goalkeeper. Well, it's the area of the game that's been so impressive here for Manchester City. They haven't given those Everton players, likes of Garley and Natalie Bjarne, who've had lots of possession, who often start the moves for Everton. They've not been given any time at all. And as a result, Everton have given the ball away high up the field and given Manchester City the chance, after 35 minutes here, to be 3 goals to the good. Greenwood on towards Hasegawa. Benison in midfield turning. And Heather Payne again looking to come forward on the right-hand side. Is forced back. Everton will go more direct, but Greenwood able to mop up, able to get to the header. Katia Snoes in towards Benison here, and she will go for goal. A big deflection on the effort, but a relatively easy stop for Kiara Keating. Have had their moments in this game, Everton, and the issue with Manchester City and how stubborn they can be at the back is that you have to take them when they arrive. The best defence in the Barclays Women's Super League. Only conceded 6 this season in their 9 games. Snoes works it wide. Opportunity to deliver in for Everton arrives, and it collides with the frame of the goal. While Kiara Keating was certainly caught out. Very nearly a goal for Everton. Manchester City very lucky. Jan's pass. Here's Piemonte. Just kept in play here. Payne runs into Hemp. And Manchester City should be able to get the ball away, and they do. Bunny Shaw rolls away from trouble. Rords touching away around the corner so that Wheeler can't get there. And here comes Chloe Kelly. Kelly delivers, only finding Bjarn, who just about hooks the ball away. Kirsten Kasparai was battling to get there. Everton can scramble clear. Well, Everton had their chance at the other end of the field, a mad few moments as it came back off of the post and into the penalty area. Manchester City, though, well placed to turn away. Gareth Taylor's side in control, but again they've given the ball away. Katia Snoes tries to feed it through, gets it back. Ricochets back into her path, and now Benison on the spin. Here is Payne. Does well to get beyond O'Harby initially, but O'Harby recovers and wins the throw-in with a helping hand from teammate Alex Greenwood. Well, Kiara Keating has 4 clean sheets for the season, joint most with Mary Earps in the Barclays Women's Super League. She very nearly conceded here with that effort that clattered back off of the post. Without question, she'll be eager to add clean sheet number 5. Bunny Shaw is the one who has gone down here. And good news for Manchester City fans, looks to be okay. Kasparai's pass around the corner. Kelly with a quick look up. Fizzed in, will drop here for Lauren Hemp. And the chance is well blocked by the recovering Heather Payne. Giroud wide towards Chloe Kelly. The combination that worked for goal number 3 for Manchester City. Now Hasegawa will strike. Just pulls the effort wide, but only just. Looked as though Courtney Brosnan had that one covered. Three minutes to go until the half-time whistle. It has been almost the perfect first half for Manchester City, although there have been chances for Everton. Most notably, the early opportunity for Piemonte from the edge of the 6-yard box. There was also the effort that came back off of the post. But it's Manchester City who have managed to find that goal-scoring touch. 2 for Bunny Shaw and 1 for Giroud. Steered around the corner by Laura Coombs. Big moment for her today, making her 100th Manchester City appearance. We'll come all the way through to Courtney Brosnan. You have to appreciate the Everton fans here. An excellent vocal performance from them. Bunny Shaw sees the ball drop inside the penalty area, straight into her path. Garley able to tidy up, and Benison can bring away. Payne runs into a hobby, and Greenwood is happy to let the ball roll between her legs as she goes back to Keating, and Hasegawa under pressure. He's also happy to go backwards. Well, they have so many ways of playing Manchester City, demonstrating that they are happy to pass away from the back when they need to. And they open up the space here for Greenwood to break. Now Hemp with a driving run. Onto Hasegawa. Kasparai saw that the route out towards Chloe Kelly was blocked off. Everton looking to double up on the Manchester City winger. A minimum of 3 minutes will be added then to the end of this first half, just in case you didn't hear that. Kasparai with a pass through. Manchester City looking for another. Bunny Shaw rolls the Everton defender again, in a move that was not too dissimilar from the one that led to the goal. This time, though, it doesn't lead to too much. Everton learning their lessons at the back. Bunny Shaw, though, again, who scored against Everton in the Conti Cup earlier on this season, and twice against them in the last campaign. In both of the fixtures in the Barclays Women's Super League. Again on the score sheet against Everton. Off goes Hemp. Hemp delivers in towards Bunny Shaw, lays off the pass. Coombs! Well, it would have been an absolute peach. Slam wide in the end, though, by Laura Coombs. Really nicely set up by Manchester City. There's a real structure about the way they play. They just look so rehearsed in their build-up. big difference from what we saw in the last campaign. It's just whether or not, moving into the new year, whether they can maintain it. We shall see. Long way to go in the season, of course. Plenty can happen with January transfers. Chloe Kelly has had a brilliant first half. And rolls the ball back here towards Hasegawa, looking to open up the space on the right. And the away side into the area, but unable to do too much with it. And away, it's cleared. Benison gives the ball away to Bunny Shaw. It doesn't matter too much though. There goes the half-time whistle. Well, we've seen a Manchester City masterclass in the opening 45 minutes. 2 goals for Bunny Shaw and 1 for Jill Roord. Mean at the break here, it's Everton 0, Manchester City 3. And we can look back on the highlights of the first half. And it was Everton who got the early chance here. It could have been a different story in this game had Piemonte put that one away. Bunny Shaw then had a penalty that was well saved by Courtney Brosnan, but it didn't take her long to do this. A wonderful goal, hooked over the head of Courtney Brosnan. A fabulous strike, and from here, Manchester City never looked back. Plenty of chances raining down on Courtney Brosnan's goal, and it wasn't too long before Bunny Shaw had another. Rolling Finnegan, smashing in beyond Brosnan. She really is a joy to watch. It was a brilliant goal, and so was this. Kelly with the decisive pass, and then a clinical strike from Jill Roord. Everton had a spell maybe for 4 or 5 minutes where they had a couple of chances, and this one very nearly caught out Kiara Keating. But it has been the case that Everton have struggled for goals this season, and they've rarely troubled Manchester City here. At the break, Everton 0, Manchester City 3.
The greatest women's footballer of all times, I think definitely Marta. She just does her own thing and she's on a different level.
Marta from Brazil. She has just been so great in the women's football, just her technique, everything, the way she played.
Hope Solo, because she changed the goalkeeper game.
I'm going to say Kelly Smith. Stick with the English, and yeah, I mean, what a talent she was.
Beyonce? I would say Beyonce. Because her moves are great and the way she adds, just she is a whole package, you know.
Definitely Queen Bee, Beyonce.
Greatest singer, Whitney Houston.
Ed Sheeran.
I quite like Chris Brown, Ed Sheeran. Pick between the two.
No, the greatest kit is definitely my Chelsea kit. Am I even allowed to say anything else?
I like the current Canadian kit. I'm a fan right now.
I think the reversible England kit I used to have as a kid, I loved that.
From the German national team, the under-17 jersey.
My Mercurial. I like the pink one we had the last time, but I also like the white ones I'm wearing now, so...
There was this light blue Adidas X's.
Probably got to be the Adidas Preds, the light whitey cream with the red tongue, yeah.
Oh, I remember my first boots, my first Nikes. Those were my greatest boots.
It's a German one.
Okay.
Fuck you, Goethe.
Hi, I'm Tatiana Pinto and this is Get to Know. I think Brighton is the perfect project. The club has such a good vision and it's a very ambitious club. And I just think I suit here very good. So I'm really happy to join Brighton and looking forward for the next season. Very good. It's very sunny right now in this moment. So I'm really enjoying the time here, knowing a lot of new players, the staff, the club, everything here. But I am feeling very happy in the moment with everyone here. No, in personal, no, but I knew about Pauline, about Vicky, about Robo. That was some few faces that I already saw in other games. So yeah, I'm just very excited to know all of them and to learn a bit from them also. Very good, very close to us, very worried to know our concerns, very close. So very excited to start with the team and to start the league with everyone. Well, Um, that's a good question. No, I think my main
This is get to know. I think that Arsenal has been always a great club, and now the project with women is so exciting, and this is why I'm here, because I think that we can achieve a lot of titles. Good. I think that there's a nice group, and the players are helping me a lot, and all the staff. There's a good environment to grow up and to still winning a lot. No, I know maybe some girls because I faced with them during the World Cup, but not. I didn't been with them before. Leah Walty. Good. I think that not only him, all the staff is very familiar. So I think that for the people who are new, is good because it's easy to stealing in. I'm a young player. I have to grow up a lot, and I think that here is the best option, and we will see. But I only think that we can achieve a lot of titles with a team. That's our goal. I think that I'm an aggressive player. I think that I'm very brave, or I try to be very brave, because I think that it's a good thing for a player. And I will also, with the ball, I think that I'm good building up. That's all. I already say that I love it. I don't know, this goal here is very, I don't know, it's very brilliant, and I think that there's a lot of, in this shirt, there's a lot of history, and it's nice to feel that.
You have their own affiliated supporters club. If you'd like to join, just give them a follow on X, formerly known as Twitter, @ELFC fans, for all the information on their upcoming events.
Welcome back for the second half here at Walton Hall Park of Everton against Manchester City. Everton 0, Manchester City 3 at the break. And they were good. They were very, very good. And they got their reward as well. Manchester City chasing hard to put themselves in the mix for the title race at the top. And Esme Morgan onto the field here for the second half.
Straight in, let's go get it back! Jill. Yes, Flo! Come on, Flo! Get up! Hey, come on, Chloe, keep it outside! Keep outside!
Here is Katia Snooze. And she has found Piemonte here. Lovely turn from her. Steps away from Morgan, plays the pass out towards Wheeler. Chloe Kelly in possession, unable to find her way beyond Wheeler, and Everton have a throw. And confirmation there for Manchester City of the change that happened at half-time. Alexandria replaced by Morgan. Morgan in possession, will roll the ball back here towards Keating. Looking to keep clean sheet number 5 for the season in the Barclays Women's Super League. I was having a look at the goalkeeping statistics earlier on, and she rates really highly, Kiara Keating. Only Zachira Musovic has a higher save percentage in the Barclays Women's Super League, but there's not too much between them. Off. On her way goes Chloe Kelly here. Kelly's pass. Back towards Rord, who scored the 3rd goal here. Now Harby. Coombs goes wide, finding Hemp. And Everton can bring away. And now they have a one-on-one situation at the back. Quick thinking from Piemonte. And this might be the opportunity for Everton to get back in the game. Well, it won't quite fall for Nicolene Sorensen. Manchester City managed to get back. And the trouble, the danger, for now, has been averted. Off goes Raw, carries the ball a long way. Slips it through towards Bunny Shaw. Now Chloe Kelly fizzes in the delivery, and it's smashed away by Finnegan. Well, it will be interesting to see how this second half plays out. Manchester City really only need to protect their advantage here. But they can't just spend the whole game passing the ball from side to side. One goal for Everton could completely change the way that they approach the match. And they've worked it nicely here to Benison. Runs into Ohabi. Payne onto Piemonte. And she was looking to feed it back, but she overhit the pass and it rolls out of play. Kristin Kasperai goes back here towards Esme Morgan. Now Giroud. And Ohabi again stepping up into that midfield area, adding more bodies here. High risk play from Gareth Taylor's side as he's off on the way. Hemp brought down, and Hemp has stayed down here. Well, this may not be good news for Manchester City. It looks as though it's a problem with the ankle, although I could be wrong. And we can have a look at the replay as Hemp received some treatment, made the bursting run beyond Payne. And there is no suggestion that there's any malice in the challenge. But the tangle has resulted in Lauren Hemp staying down, and you would imagine that Manchester City won't be taking any risks here. We've got the winter break coming up. And whilst I'm sure Manchester City will understand that there is an importance here of looking to add to their tally, because goals may well come into proceedings when we look towards the end of the season, there is no use here risking one of their star players, a player who has been performing at the highest level recently. Elsewhere in the Women's Super League today, plenty of action. And on the FA Player, you can watch Bristol City against Chelsea, which has just got underway. And in the Women's Championship, Sheffield United against Charlton Athletic. And we'll also be across the later games today in the Barclays Women's Super League. On the FA Player, bottom side West Ham United up against Leicester City. Tough matchup for them there. And Aston Villa against Brighton is the later game, 6:45 on the FA Player. Don't miss that. Looks as though Lauren Hemp will be okay to continue. City deliver the corner, well punched away by Brosnan, back in by Hasegawa, and Bjorn is there, and Benison sends it on its way. Elsewhere in the Barclays Women's Super League today, Manchester United currently find themselves behind to Liverpool. Not exactly music to the ears of Everton fans, I'm sure, but Matt Beard's side continue this season to go from strength to strength. Chelsea against Bristol City, 11 minutes gone there, 0-0. Here is Bunny Shaw, looking to work the angle. And I think she may have been caught in two minds there. She had Lauren Hemp, who is back onto the field, arriving at the far post. And she had the opportunity for the hat-trick. And wide it went. Katja Snoes missing the ball. Nicolene Sorensen hasn't though, she's won it. And Bennison is on the charge here, waiting for support to arrive. Well, it took a bit too long, she decided to go for goal. And there to make the block is Alex Greenwood. Great news for Manchester City that Lauren Hemp is okay. Katja Snoes. Pass here towards Aurora Ghali. Bennison. And Sorensen working it wide. Payne delivers. Away by Hasegawa. Only as far as Ghali, who will strike! Oh, what a hit! That is astonishing! From Aurora Ghali. Well, it's shock on her face. Almost cannot believe what she's just done. Against the best defence in the Barclays Women's Super League, Ghali does this. Well, that is spectacular. And Everton, just like that, are back into the game. Ghali looking for composure now after a moment, well, of sheer brilliance from the Everton midfielder, unable to find their way through this time. But it's fair to say the confidence levels have just gone up ever so slightly, I would think, after that goal. There is a way against Manchester City. Off goes Kelly. Takes up an awkward position in that inside channel, and as she turns away from Hongar, she is fouled, and the referee here, Stacey Pearson, requires a word with the Everton defender. And Hongar will go into the book. It's a yellow card for her. Well, the goal of the season award for Everton may just have been won. It's going to be a contender in the Barclays Women's Super League 2. Manchester City will instantly here look to restore the 3-goal advantage that they did have. As Kelly delivers a sweeping ball in, flicked away by Finnegan, who takes no risks. Wasn't entirely sure what was coming in behind. And makes the head up, which goes out for a corner here for Manchester City. Well, I mean, that's a swift response to the goal. An instant chant created here by the Everton fans. City forcing their way through into the area, striking the side of the net though. Courtney Brosnan happy to watch that one sail wide from Chloe Kelly. Everton change then. And Piemonte is the one who's coming off, only just back into the 11. So perhaps her minutes being managed. And onto the field comes Ullison. Well, Caroline Olufsen, one of the hottest prospects coming out of Denmark, according to Brian Sorensen, the coach. A young talent with an opportunity to shine in the final half an hour here against in-form Manchester City, who are heading towards a 4th straight win in the Barclays Women's Super League. And no doubt Gareth Taylor will be extremely happy given the nature of those performances and the stature as well of the clubs that they've beaten. Wins over Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, who've been in good form, Manchester United, their close rivals. And it looks as though they are about to beat Everton, although Aurora Ghali's goal, rather, has given them a chance here. And what a goal it was. O'Harby. Goes back, and then Manchester City head forwards. And that is a free kick. Quite blatant pull on the shirt of Chloe Kelly, who has again switched across towards the left-hand side. Manchester City deliver. And it's stumped on its way by Heather Payne. City in, and it will drop for the chance, and Coombs is there, and her effort well saved by Courtney Brosnan. Yellow card for Chloe Kelly for the challenge. Well, it's a classic conversation from any coach at half-time. When you are heavily behind, you will say, go out there and win the second half. And so far, that's what Everton are doing here, thanks to a brilliant goal from Ghali. You won't see too many better than that. Certainly Manchester City struggling to create the same level of chances that they did in the first half. Benison can't bring the ball under control. One back by Hasegawa, who moves the ball on to Bunny Shaw, and then Coombs working it wide. Oh, off of the crossbar. Well, we've already seen one spectacular strike here from Aurora Ghali. It looked as though we were about to see another. Frame of the goal coming to the rescue for Everton. Manchester City not done yet. Hasegawa weaves her way through, rarely losing possession. Wide to Kasparai. And Kasparai gets the free kick. The referee tried to play the advantage here. There was no advantage forthcoming. And as a result, a free kick. England's Chloe Kelly curling one to the back of the area. It's a brilliant ball and it's a fantastic hat-trick for Bunny Shaw.
Goal scorer for Manchester City, number 21, Bunny Shaw.
Well, at times here they have been simply breathtaking. It's a wonderful ball in. How about that though for a header? Right into the corner from Bunny Shaw. Another hat-trick in the book of Bunny Shaw, who moves on to 9 Barclays Women's Super League goals for the season. She is right up there at the top of the goal-scoring charts. She's the one to catch, and Manchester City might be as well. They are very much now within this title race that has emerged, with Chelsea dropping points last week, Arsenal losing yesterday, and the 3-goal advantage that Manchester City had here has been restored against Everton. Off goes Kasparai, and Hemp scrapping for it, unable to turn the ball on. And everyone would be talking about Bunny Shaw's hat-trick after the game. I think we have to at least mention Chloe Kelly, who laid on a brilliant pass for Jill Roard's goal, really well disguised, cut back into her path. And then how about that for a free kick? Right onto the head of Bunny Shaw, just where she wanted it. Perhaps last season there was an argument, you could suggest, maybe in the early part of the season, that Chloe Kelly shone for Manchester City, but her performances lacked some end product. Certainly hasn't been the case in this campaign. Off goes Ohabi here, the latest to try her luck for Manchester City. And she runs into the Everton defence. They're in behind again here, Manchester City. Good movement from Coombs. Ohabi delivers a deep one, and Brosnan fails to initially grab hold, but at the second time of asking, manages to get there. Hasegawa spots the room for Coombs. Poked wide here for Chloe Kelly. Another superb performance from her here this afternoon, looking to lay on another. And Alex Greenwood tries to open up some space here by carrying the ball back, drawing the Everton players forwards. Kelly won't get there this time. Benison able to pass away. And here is Katia Snoes. Lovely close passing from Manchester Benison can't get away from Rord, who looks like such a brilliant signing for them this season. It was hard to put your finger on it last season, what might be the missing component. And in Rord, they may just have found it. Combination play between Coombs, Hasegawa and Rord in midfield. The perfect complement to the three that stand ahead of them, Kelly, Shaw and Hemp. Here is Coombs. Garley. And Benison rolling away. And Coombs, who made the challenge, won't be penalised here. Everton take the free kick quickly. Benison slips it wide. And Sorensen with the cutback. Ball ends up in the arms of Kiara Keating, though. Well, Coombs was looking to work it wide, was quickly closed down. And here comes a triple change for Manchester City. And the first of those coming on will be Steph Horton. On to replace Kirsten Kasperai, who stepped up today in the absence of Alana Kennedy. And she's looked pretty good. It's another hat-trick for Bunny Shaw. After missing the penalty, what a response. 3 brilliant goals from her. To be replaced by Mary Fowler. And Jess Park also onto the field. Had a brilliant loan spell with Everton last season. And on here to face her former side, replacing Laura Coombs. Around the corner from Esme Morgan. On towards Kelly, looking for another assist. Relentless from Chloe Kelly. Kelly in towards the front post. This time it's turned away. And Hasegawa does what she has to do to shield the ball away from Benison and out for a throw-in. Change coming up here for Everton, and there will be 2 of them.
Substitution for Everton coming off from 10,
Hannah Bennison certainly had a tough afternoon up against the Manchester City midfield here coming off. And it's Megan Campbell and Tony Duggan who are the 2 brought on as the replacements. Katia Snoose, the other, who came off of the field. Jess Park hasn't had much of an opportunity to make an impact for Manchester City this season. Just 90 minutes of Barclays WSL football. But a big prospect for the future nevertheless, and chasing after the ball. As Everton tried to clear away, Payne has given it back though here to Manchester City. Hasegawa picking up the pieces. And now Morgan. Esme Morgan slips it through. And Hemp will find Chloe Kelly. 2 players who have terrorised this Everton defence here. Ruby Mace looks as though she is about to enter the action here. Coming on to replace Hasegawa. Another player who was out on loan last season. Had an excellent loan spell with Leicester City. And she'll just sit there in front of the Manchester City defenders and keep things tidy. Off goes Chloe Kelly. I think she realised she was in an offside position, so happy to leave the ball to roll away for an Everton throw-in. Does mean that Manchester City keep the ball at this end of the field. Clever play from the England winger. Here is Kelly. Steps away from Hongar. And Ruby Mace is quite happy to slide the pass across towards O'Harby. So we have the break in the Barclays Women's Super League, which is upcoming when Manchester City return. They'll face Liverpool. Not the easiest of tests, that's for certain. It looks even more difficult for Everton. They'll play the first game back against Arsenal. Here is Kelly. Back here towards Park, looking to make an impression against the side that she played for last season. Now Kelly, and Kelly thought that she'd won a corner. Sarah Hongar had different ideas. And once again, the physio team will be required here. Elsewhere in the Barclays Women's Super League today, huge result for Liverpool with the win against Manchester United. Bristol City against Chelsea. is currently 2-0 to the champions. We have 2 later games today. You can catch both of them on the FA Player. We have the game kicking off at 3. Leicester City against West Ham, and then Aston Villa is the 6:45 kick-off, their match against Brighton here on the FA Player. Megan Campbell is the one, the substitute who has gone down here. And just receiving the attentions of the physio team. Well, Park is seen out of play. Everton have it back. Kelly, ball in towards Greenwood, looking to spring another Manchester City attack. Off goes Hemp. Now Park again. Mace. Hemp. And now Esme Morgan. Kelly looking to link up with Lauren Hemp, unable to find the pass through. Well, I don't think Everton would have been expecting to win this one here today, but their poor form at home does continue, and that's something that probably does need to be addressed in the new year. Not won at home all season in the Barclays Women's Super League. One thing that definitely doesn't need to change is the atmosphere here. Everton fans haven't stopped. From the first whistle right till the 83rd minute, and I'm fairly sure they'll still be singing by the time the game finishes. Here is Mace. Mace slips a pass across field, looking for Jess Park. Fowler looking to get in on the action. And now Morgan, wide to Kelly. Has to check the run, plays the pass back. Nicely worked here towards Ruby Mace, whose effort may well have been heading goalwards. But she clipped it into Lauren Hemp. Rord turns away and works it back here towards Esme Morgan. Well, we've seen some fairly spectacular goals here today. Still 5 minutes to go. And you do get the sense that Manchester City may well be looking for another. Players on the field like Fowler and Park looking to make an impact as they try and force their way into the first team. Looking for their chance to impress in the final moments here. Under the watchful eye of Gareth Taylor. Had a big clear out, of course, Manchester City last season. Plenty of changes within the team, and they seem to have got the personnel just right for the tactics that he wants to play now.
Substitution for
Emma
Everton
Bissell
coming off, number 14,
is coming onto the field for Nicolene Sorensen.
Replacement number 11, Emma Bissell.
Hongar trying to turn. Cross into the area though, off of the back of Bissell. Gali with a lovely turn. And with a lovely goal today, I'm fairly sure we'll be seeing lots more of that across social media. Aurora Gali with quite the goal today. Hasn't proved to be enough. Everton had the opportunity from there to maybe try and get back into the game. But this has been an accomplished performance from Gareth Taylor's Manchester City. Well, it's lovely football for Manchester City. They don't panic, they're so happy, all of them, with the ball at their feet. And they work themselves to safety. Park on the spin. Now Rords. Another fine performance from her here. Kelly joining the attack. A surging run, a swift pass in towards the feet of Hemp. Mace with the touch. Looking for Rord, unable to find her. Brosnan had to hurry ever so slightly, as the first touch that she made probably wasn't one that she wanted, but she manages to get the ball away. And Natalie Bjarn can turn and work into midfield to Gali. I would imagine we'll get some extra time at the end of this game. Had a few stoppages here. An injury to Lauren Hemp, although she was okay to continue. There was the injury to Campbell, the Everton substitute. Plenty waiting for a delivery, if Holmgar can provide it. Well, a minimum of 5 minutes of additional time, just in case you didn't hear that one. Will be added to the end of this game here. Park runs into trouble. Ulison working it wide. Manchester City sticking to the task though right till the very end. Everton looking to add another in the late stages here. In injury time they'll launch in, but it's Ruby Mace who is back there and making the header. And now an opportunity perhaps to break here for the away side. They won't take the opportunity to do that though. Quite happy to keep the ball. Here is Kelly. Chloe Kelly will take one final run, will she? No, she'll head back towards Morgan. And Ruby Mace, lovely turn. Nice awareness, away from Bissell. And now Park. Gareth Taylor's side managing the game all the way through to the final whistle. Had a wobble earlier on in the season. Have lost 2 games this season. The defeat to Arsenal, lost bizarrely to Brighton. But they will close out the year in the Barclays Women's Super League with 4 straight wins, some turnarounds. And now very much in the hunt at the top, alongside, you would imagine, Chelsea, of course, and Arsenal. Will be an interesting year. 2024 in the Barclays Women's Super League. Lovely close control Here is Rords, Park, and Kelly. Well, it looked like a foul, no whistle though from the referee. The final whistle is imminent here. Well, the title race in the Barclays Women's Super League is very much on, and Manchester City are very much a part of it. It's a big win here. It's another hat-trick for Bunny Shaw, one for Jill Roar too, and we should of course mention a quite brilliant strike for Aurora Ghali. It wasn't enough, but it was one of the best you'll ever see. Everton 1, Manchester City 4 is how it finishes. And we can look back on the highlights of the game here this afternoon. Everton could have made this a completely different story. Early on, Piemonte with the chance from inside the 6-yard box, but then Manchester City ramped things up. Despite the penalty miss from Bunny Shaw, she then went on to do this. How about this for a response to missing a penalty, lobbing over the head of Courtney Brosnan. It was a wonderful goal, and there was plenty more of those to come. They were so good in these areas, Manchester City. And when you've got a player like Bunny Shaw who can create moments like this, you will always score plenty of goals. A lovely turn and a fine strike into that bottom corner. Kelly then provided for Rords. She added goal number 3. And from this point on, Manchester City always in complete control. There were moments for Everton. They had chances. And maybe if they grabbed this one before half-time, well, it would have been a different second half. They did create this. Aurora Ghali with an absolute thunderbolt of a strike. And a strong contender for goal of the season, but it wasn't enough here against Manchester City, who didn't take long to roar back ahead. They laid on this warning sign, the effort from Chloe Kelly that clattered the bar. She didn't score, she did turn provider. Her curling effort onto the head of Bunny Shaw, and it's another hat-trick for her. The goals just keep on flowing for Bunny Shaw, and the hat-tricks keep on coming too. Fine afternoon for Gareth Taylor's side. Thanks for joining us here on the FA Player, and a happy Christmas from all of us. Everton 1, Manchester City 4 is how it finishes.